Indonesia just demanded 27 years in prison for the guy who built Gojek. And here's what they're not telling you. This man went from Brown University to Harvard, came back to Indonesia, and built a company from a call center with 20 ojek drivers that today puts food on the table of over 3 million Indonesian families. 3 million! While the government spent years promising 19 million jobs it has never created, and now the same government wants to lock him up for 27 years. Let's talk about that. So prosecutors say that he corrupted a Chromebook procurement program, that he steered government contracts toward Google and used his ministerial power to pressure Google into investing in Gojek. The alleged state loss is around 2.1 trillion rupiah, and the total they're demanding back from him is 5.6 trillion rupiah. And if he can't pay that back, then they tack on another 9 years above the 18 years, which brings us to 27 years in prison. 3 Google executives got on the stand and testified that the investment and the Chromebooks had absolutely nothing to do with each other, and prosecutors just brush it aside. Nadiem himself said after the hearing that there was no administrative violation, no corruption, no nothing, and that demanding 27 years from him makes less sense than sentences handed to people who actually corrupted. And I'll tell you why this is personal to me, because one of the programs Nadiem built as a minister was Beasiswa Indonesia Maju, a scholarship sending Indonesia's best, most talented young people to Oxford, MIT, UCL, Harvard, and other top universities fully funded, and I was one of them. I made it through the selection, then the ministry changed hands, Nadiem was gone, and I got dropped. Not for failing, but because of a maladministration on their end by the new ministry. I filed a complaint with the ombudsman and waited for over 6 months without a real solution, and by the time anything moved, I was already at university in China on a different path. And I'm not telling you any of this to look for sympathy. I could look for sympathy on Google. What is sympathy? Okay. I'm telling you because I'm pissed and I know exactly what it feels like when the government system fails you and just keeps on moving like nothing has ever happened. Nadiem is living that right now, except the whole country is watching, and this entire case is tens of thousands of times bigger than mine. So the verdict comes in June, and whatever the judges decide, there are 3 million people whose lives are materially better because of what this man has built for Indonesia. There are students sitting in lecture halls in London and Boston right now as we speak because of a program he fought for. You cannot prosecute that out of existence, can you?